So in this video, I'll take you through our wash process. Now, please keep in mind is that we do this for customer vehicles. We're getting paid for this. So if you're doing this as a personal hobby on the side just for fun, it's always going to be different versus if you're doing this as a business, because obviously whatever we do, we have to charge for it versus if you're just doing it in your garage on your own time for like your leisure, then it's completely different. So just keep that in mind with our wash process and everything that we do. I'll include all the links down below to the tools and products that we use, so don't worry about me naming them. I'll just have a link down below. And for a wash like this, we charge $50. And for like a truck or something, it's not out of the norm for it to be like $80 or $100 for a wash. Why do we do that? Well, it's not like we want our schedule completely booked out with washes. So it's like we're not trying to have a bunch of washes every single day. So that's why we do a lot in the wash process, which is why we charge a bit more. And also because, again, this isn't like a primary service that we're going after. So let's go ahead and get started with the wash process. All right, so first step is starting with the wheels and tires. Each person has their own bucket with its own set of brushes and cleaners. So each one has the wheel well brushes, a fender brush, a wheelbarrow brush, a lug nut brush. It has a pump sprayer with super clean diluted 4:1 as our wheel cleaner. Each one has a 32-ounce bottle of acid, so that way they don't have to wait for any other brush or cleaner from the next person, so they can just finish everything right then and there. The only thing that they do have to trade between each other is the pressure washer. But other than that, you have everything, you're able to work on your wheel. Because one thing you'll notice across everything that we do here is that as something is starting, as something is finishing, something else is starting. So no one is ever just waiting for something else. Keep that in mind throughout this whole process. Even on the other video that I have on our wash and wax process, as something is finishing, something else is starting. Now, after this, we're gonna go straight into rinsing. Now, we're using a Karcher 1700 electric pressure washer. We have a 65-gallon water tank here at the shop. It's not the most, actually, it's not ideal at all. It's cumbersome, it's annoying, but that's what we're working with. We have a pump in here as well. So we have the Karcher 1700 pressure washer. We have a pump to run the water from the container to the pressure washer, and that's how we have our water set up. Anyways, here's the rinse process. Next is the foaming stage. Now look, I think we have about 5 foamers. Each one is a different brand. Each one is like a little different, but like we don't get too caught up in the details of like what's the best foam. As soon as we foam, we get straight to the washing. So we're gonna foam it down, and we're not gonna spend that much time letting it dwell. As soon as we foam, we get right into the washing process. And for here, again, because our premium wash is a bit more than just your standard wash, then we also go and we're gonna agitate all the honeycomb areas and all around the badges and such around the vehicle on just a premium wash for this vehicle. Now when it comes to washing, we're gonna use a bunch of towels. We have dedicated wash towels for the wash process. So I'll link it down below. It's from the Rag Company. But basically we're gonna use all 8 sides to every towel on the wash process, and we never put a towel back into the clean soap water. We always put it in a separate bucket where we're gonna wash it and reuse them for wash towels. But we're gonna keep the wash shampoo bucket clean at all times. We never reintroduce any type of towel that hasn't been cleaned and is like 100% clean back into the soapy clean wash bucket. That way, that's our system. There's plenty of like wash methods out there, but that's how we do it. Again, as you can tell, as something is finishing, something else is starting. So if you paid attention to the beginning to where as Alex was finishing up the wheels, Lex already started to rinse. As we're rinsing off the wash process, someone's already starting to dry. So it's always as something is finishing, something else is starting. So next we're going to the drying phase. We're going to use a blower. For the shop, we have a motorcycle blower, and in combination, we're gonna use a premium drying towel alongside some type of spray wax. Here in this video, we're using P&S Bead Maker. We have a different spray wax in the van. Not saying that's the best, that's just what we're using right now. And we're gonna spray as we dry, just to give it a bit more shine. Again, our premium wash is a bit more like higher tier than like your $5 car wash down the street. So we're gonna air dry plus towel dry, and at the same time apply a spray wax to give it a bit more shine. Again, our shop is not ideal right now, but we're gonna use that vacuum to literally vacuum out the water from the mats. Not ideal, a drain would be so much easier, but that's not what we have right now. That's gonna be eradicated hopefully in the next few months, but that's our current setup with getting the water out. Again, I'll link down below where we're getting this water reclamation mat, because even like it does make it so much easier to clean up, and it keeps everything way more contained having that mat, because like even if there was a drain, the water would spread out way more if we weren't using that mat. Even if there was a drain, like I would try to find a way to still be able to use that mat, even if we had a drain, because the water gets contained so much better on that mat. So unfortunately, the camera cut off at this time, but what's next that we do is we touch up the door jambs, we clean the exterior glass, and we're gonna dress the tires. And the last bit is just go around one last time and check for any details. We're going to check the wheels, the wheel wells, the fenders, the lip. We're gonna check the glass, just any last bit of touches that we might have to touch up real quick. We'll do that at the very end. But other than that, that is our wash process. This kind of goes in hand with our wash and wax process if you haven't checked that video out. But this one took, I think, 30 minutes to complete. It was $50. Again, we're not trying to max out our schedule with a bunch of premium washes or our mini interior details. So like when we tell people, hey, it's gonna be $65 for a wash, a lot of them are like taken back at that. But again, we'd rather not get a bunch of premium washes, so that's why they're priced a bit higher. So let me know if you have any comments, questions, concerns on this video. All the links will be in the description box. You can also find my podcast, the Detailing Business Class podcast. You can download the ultimate guide to start your detailing business. I have everything linked down below in the description box. I'll talk to everyone on the next one.